Remember, shooting almost 60% on the season. She's at 45 and 44 from the field goal and from the three-point as well. A big-time shooter. Both teams out there, North Carolina in their familiar home whites. Wofford wearing the dark. Great to be alongside Marilyn and Debbie. I'm Dean, and here we go for a little basketball on Sunday afternoon. Can't beat it, Debbie.
It's going to be a lot of fun this game. Both these teams love to push the pace. They both shoot it well from behind the arc. This Wofford team, they are tough, and they are not going to back down. Intensely competitive. We start the game with a turnover for the Terriers.
And that was Rose who had it.
Rose, a lot like Ustby, we talked about in the open. Talk about filling up a stat sheet. She leads her team in scoring, rebounding, steals, and assists, and she shoots 54% from behind the arc. It's incredible.
Deja Kelly, little runner, off the back of the rim. Rebound, Ustby. Ustby, top 10 in the ACC, as we already showed you, gets her own rebound, Moses Malone style. Hodgson, extra pass to Kelly. Kelly 0 for 2 to start. Another rebound for Ustby. She's got 3 already. Now Hodgson, and Hodgson with a 3. Did not practice yesterday. You see that wrapping on the shoulder, but she's out there and rips a 3 as we take a look at the Wofford starting 5 on the bottom of your ACC Network extra screen. It's Rose, Carmen, Schultz, Matthews, and Hatton starting for Coach Garrity.
You cannot give the Tar Heels 3 opportunities to score the ball, but Wofford answering with a long-range shot of their own.
Carmen now with 976 career points after that 3.
She averages over 16 and a half a game. She's a graduate student from Twinsburg, Ohio. She's a pretty versatile scoring skill set herself. Hodgson goes to the basket for the N1.
What a great start for Hodgson.
Her first, team's first. To the line, complete the three-point play, number 10, Eva Hodgson.
She drives it to the hole. She just has an uncanny knack to get to the basket. A little scoop shot knocks it down. You can see the fire that the graduate student plays with. She transferred in from William & Mary after leading the Colonial in scoring her sophomore season. Got her degree for the Tribe and came over here and has been just doing great things for Courtney Banghart and this team ever since.
Her dad and her aunt and uncle were at practice yesterday. Her aunt and uncle from Michigan. Another 3 from deep. This one a brick off the backboard. Poole gets down on the court and will push it to Kelly.
Gives you a little idea of how Wofford wants to play, though. If they have an open three-point shot, they're going to knock it down.
The biggest improvement in Kennedy Todd-Williams' game has been the 3. She missed that one. And they'll call the traveling on Deja Kelly. You know, it's interesting. I thought Deja Kelly had traveled earlier. Coach Garrity let the officials have it. And this time they make the call.
Sometimes you got to ride those officials to make sure they see what you see. It's tough. Sometimes you get away with that little step. Sometimes you don't. Carolina bringing out the pressure to half court. They're not going to let Rose get a breather. They're going to just stay in her face the whole night. They don't want her to get on a scoring roll. She doesn't back down, takes it to the hole, and it's Kennedy Todd-Williams with the foul.
Personal foul is called number 3, Kennedy Todd-Williams.
Here's Rachel Rose. It doesn't matter who she's playing. She's competitive. She's going to attack. I don't know, Kennedy Todd-Williams with those long arms. It looked pretty clean up here from what we could see, but nonetheless, Rachel Rose on the free throw line. She's an 84% free throw shooter. She's a 55% shooter from the floor, 54 from the three-point line. I mean, how incredible.
Yeah, big-time numbers. Here's Kelly. Rose makes both.
Wofford going to match up in this man-to-man, see if they're able to match up with this highly skilled 8th-ranked North Carolina team. Long-range shot from Ustby, and we're going the other way.
Ustby has not shot a ton of threes this year, misses that one. They did a lot of work yesterday in practice on the kickout. They like to get into the paint, and then they're not afraid to shoot 30 to 35 threes if it's open. That one will miss, and they'll push it to Hodgson, who's got all 6 points for North Carolina. Now Deja Kelly will set her feet, and that one hits the side of the backboard. Rebound, Anya Poole. Ustby another rebound, misses there. And dominating the boards, the North Carolina Tar Heels. How many second chances have they had already?
Way too many. If you're Wofford and you want to stay in this game, you have to make sure Carolina is one and done. And right now, they're not putting a body on anybody. You can see the Carolina team just going to work on the offensive glass, creating extra possessions. And now Todd-Williams going to go to the free throw line.
Saw both coaches there a moment ago. Courtney Banghart first, then Coach Garrity. Kennedy Todd-Williams will make the first. Coach Garrity is from the Triangle area. He's got 7 brothers and sisters, and according to him, all of them are here, and they all brought a children's book. You bring a children's book today, you get in free, and there's a great crowd here on a Sunday afternoon at the Carmichael.
Yeah, great cause, supporting local book harvest, a group that distributes books to kids, and so fans today bringing in a book. And Coach Garrity, I mean, I just love coaches that have worked their way. He started as an operations guy at UNC Wilmington for both the men's and women's programs. Long range shot by Rachel Rose.
Yeah, you said it. Rachel Rose came in 54% from 3 and makes another one to tie this one up at 8 apiece. Anya Poole, it's interesting she passed that up. She was making that 18-footer yesterday in practice. Kennedy Todd-Williams out to Kelly, trying to get going. Kelly's shot is flat. Kennedy Todd-Williams probably shot 100 threes yesterday, working on that part of her game. I asked Courtney Banghart about Deja Kelly's shooting right now, and she said, Dean, she's only got 7 turnovers on the season. She's passing the ball. Her defense is better. That's the last thing I'm worried about is her shooting percentage.
I mean, she was MVP of the Phil Knight Invitational. She impacts the game in so many ways. So, you know, her shooting percentage will go up as the season goes on. But what she does on the defensive end and how she just gets her teammates open and distributes the ball, she's such a big piece of this team. Last possession, though, you saw Jackie Carmen with that big box out. She put a body on, she pushed back, and she got the over-the-back call, and that's what Wofford's going to have to do against this much taller and much more athletic Carolina team today.
Wofford will have a chance to take the lead here, going to the line.
That's Helen Matthews, and she is from New Zealand, way across the globe. But I love right now that Wofford, they're not backing down. They're going right at the heart of this Carolina defense, beating Carolina down the middle, getting to the rim, and drawing fouls.
So Matthews, the 5'10 sophomore, as Debbie Taylor mentioned, from New Zealand. And she's given the Terriers a 1-point lead.
Terriers shoot 74% from the charity stripe as a team.
Ustby with 6 rebounds already, and we still have about 6 minutes left here in the first quarter. Hodgson is fouled. Carolina will have it out of bounds.
Wofford coaching staff did not like that call, and I kind of tend to agree with them. That was an interesting one as well.
Hodgson has a sister playing on the Maine women's basketball team. As I mentioned, family in town.
And she has 6 siblings. They're a rather large family.
Kelly. Destiny Adams into the game, and Destiny Adams with a 3-pointer. Boy, what a difference a year makes for Destiny Adams. A bright future for number 20.
Great shot, and that was all made by Hodgson. She knows where her teammates are at all times. She drives the ball, puts the pass right into the hands of Destiny Adams, and makes that shot easy.
Good little fake underneath, but Anya Poole, so good, doesn't bite, gets the block. Ustby on the push, and one for Alyssa Ustby. She'll go to the line. What a great block by Poole, and then the finish from Ustby.
Is there anything Alyssa Ustby can't do? At 6'1", the junior, she's from Rochester, Minnesota. I mean, you watch her just dominate the glass, create offensive rebound after offensive rebound, and now she takes it coast to coast through 2 players, lays it off the glass with the focus, draws the foul. I mean, she's just such an asset. She can do so many things, so hard to guard. Solid defender, great rebounder.
Ustby will go to the line. Shooting just 53%. She's only shot 17 times. As a team, North Carolina at just 65%. That is one item that Courtney Banghart would like to see North Carolina improve. And as I say that Ustby misses the and one, they do have a 4-point lead. Long distance shot from Carmen off the front of the rim. Rebound will stay with Wofford.
They're going to take every open three they get. Jackie Carmen, she can certainly knock it down. That's her 21st three on the season. It doesn't matter where she's standing. If she has an ounce of daylight, she's going to shoot it. And Carolina needs to get out there and get a hand in her face. Great offensive board by the Terriers.
That's the shot Poole was making all day yesterday.
Wow, Anya Poole. She's from Raleigh. Southeast Raleigh High School, local crowd always out here to see her play. Kind of nice when you're a player and you stay home, your family gets to see you, your friends, your community. She continues to improve.
Yeah, yesterday at practice, she was making that 18-footer, and I talked to her after practice about it. She's like, I love that shot, but I'm always looking for a better shot for my teammates. What a great attitude.
Well, I think that's what Carolina does so well. They share the ball incredibly well, and they have 5 players taking the best, with 1 taking the best possible shot. And that's what you want from your offense. You want everybody to work for the highest percentage, best shot on the court.
Rose, Carmen, already 2 for 4 from three-point land. Good double team help there from Hodgson with Adams. Good cut, wide open, perfect pass right as the shot clock is expiring, and Hatton with the 2.
Wow, and the Tar Heels did a great job on that one, taking away the straight line drive, and that was a beautiful basket cut and a nice delivery as the shot clock expired. Great patience by the Terriers.
Kelly, 0 for 5 to start this game. Ustby, that's her 3rd three-pointer made on the season. As I mentioned, she's not shot a ton. She's now 3 for 13 overall on the season, 1 for 2 today.
God, but if she can add that as a piece of her game, a consistent piece of her game, think how impressive she'll be. Little scissor cut off the high post. Gets tough when you get down there because Carolina's got some size down in the paint, which alters shots. That's a chippy that Rachel Rose would probably love to have back. When you get those high percentage shots, if you're Wofford, you have to make them if you want to hang in this game.
So Kelly still looking for her first point of the game. We'll go to the foul line when we return with North Carolina leading by 4. This is a D1 record for Wofford, 7 in a row.
Well, and they finished 2nd in the SoCon last season. Their best record in conference, 11-3. And Coach Jim Garrity in his 7 seasons just really turned this program around. They're the number 2 pick in the conference this season. Went to the WNIT, their first postseason bid in school history. So great things are happening in Spartanburg, South Carolina.
It's a wonderful campus. I mentioned to him that I had the opportunity to call a few soccer games down there, and he knew the former Hall of Fame soccer coach Ralph Polson really well, as he's established now at Wofford, and Kelly makes the first one.
I think we've been able to see through the first part of this first quarter just the competitive nature of this Wofford team. They're balanced as far as their scoring and their attack. They have great leadership. I mean, he's really turned the program around and put together a nice team.
Paulina Paris, the freshman from Saddle River Day School out of New York, will come into the game. Highly heralded recruit, spending extra time with Courtney Banghart, trying to work out the kinks. In fact, the story from Courtney Banghart with Paris was, look, if you're not shooting well, do what Deja Kelly does. Get involved defensively. Help your team with assists. Learn from the leader of the team in Deja Kelly.
Control the parts of the game. You can control your energy, your intensity, your defensive effort. Again, wow. Jackie Carmen, the lefty, just drains one in Paris's face. You got to have hands up on that. But Paris is the only new player this season on this Carolina roster. The consistency, all 5 starters last season for Carolina started every single game. And the only one that left the lineup was Carly Littlefield, their point guard, who's now playing professionally in Belgium while she finishes her MBA online. Eva Hodgson stepped into that starting role, so they've just got some continuity here in Chapel Hill.
It's so rare as well. They're picking right up where they left off, where Hodgson slides in for Littlefield, who I thought deserved an extra year, having missed an entire year in the Ivy League.
And Wofford goes into a 2-3 zone. Coach Garrity going to mix up his defense a little, see how Carolina fares against the zone defense. A deflection right there. 4 seconds on the shot clock for the Tar Heels.
Paris And it's interesting, a lot of her shots as you break them down as Adams gets the rebound. Adams just next level effort, can truly do it all, and she'll go to the line for the and one.
And another offensive rebound that's converted to a score, and Adams right there on the left side of the bucket lays it in with the left hand. The sophomore 2021 New Jersey Gatorade Player of the Year, right now averaging 7 points and 5 rebounds a game, but we expect those numbers to continue to go up. She's quite a talent.
Makes the and one.
Right now, the offensive boards are really hurting Wofford. If they weren't giving up second shots, they'd be, I think, pretty even in this contest. Gonna have to find a player, put a body on another quick three. Wofford averages over 25 three-pointers taken per game. They make 8.8 a game. It's 22nd best in the NCAA as another one. But a foul by Adams on the three-point line will send Rachel Rose to the line.
Adams also with the turnover, tried the long bounce pass to Key, and then steps out on Rose. Rose will go to the line and shoot three, and now Tony Banghart basically talking about the pass that she tried to make to Key right there after getting the rebound.
You got to get out and match up with those three-point shooters. Wofford right now 4 for 7 from behind the arc, 57%. You know they can shoot it. Both Carmen and Rose shoot at a pretty high clip.
Rose missed the first one, came in 85% from the line. You already mentioned 55% field goal percentage, 54% from three.
That's efficiency, Hadeen. I mean, that's pretty impressive. And she's listed as 5'10". I don't know from where we're sitting if she's 5'10", but she plays a lot bigger than she is, and she plays with some serious intensity. Back to man defense. Nice switch there. Little slip. Good defense.
Yep, Adams wanted the contact, and it'll be a jump ball. It'll stay with North Carolina.
Look how Adams is battling under the boards.
Ustby and Hodgson, the only two starters in there with Key, Adams, and Paris.
It speaks to the depth of this Carolina squad. They've got a lot of talent that comes off the bench to complement the starting lineup. Nice double team kick out, quick reversal.
Adams made a three earlier, and Key will get called battling for the rebound, the foul on Key. That's the kind of foul, though, a coach doesn't mind.
And that's good work by the Terriers. You can put a body on someone taller than you, someone perhaps more athletic than you, make them go over the back, get the call. The Terriers are on the line for two. Jackie Carmen, man, she's tough. Both offensive and defensive end, and on the boards. She's been working hard against much taller players. 5'8" graduate student. It's her 10th. She's 10. She's riding a double-digit scoring 10-game streak from last season. She's had 14 points against Emory and Henry with their last game win.
Well, she can add to it because she's got 11 points already. 22-21. Carolina with just a 1-point lead. As we mentioned, North Carolina, these student athletes, a grueling week of every student at North Carolina with their final exams and presentations right after Thanksgiving. That's so tough because you try to relax over Thanksgiving and all you're thinking about that whole time while you're eating turkey is, hey, I got final exams.
It's a lot of work, especially when you're at a school like Carolina, one of the top public universities in the country. And exam week is just, it's not only is it you're practicing, you're studying, coaches give you a little bit more time off, but you're losing some sleep because you got a lot of work to do. And usually the game coming out of exams is not always the best because the players are kind of starting to recover a little bit. And we'll see what Carolina is able to do with that. Nice pass by Hodgson inside.
There's Key with that soft left hand. So good to see Key miss all of last season. Injured her knee in a scrimmage against the reigning national champion South Carolina, but Key, a big-time recruit, wanted by just about every team in the country.
Hey, look at Key's size. It's just giving Carolina another presence. And as you said, coming off that injury, missed the first two games, but she's back and she gives them some athleticism and just flexibility around the rim. Another local player. She's from Cary High School, McDonald's All-American, number 9 recruit in her class, and a great addition to this UNC team. You know, if you're Courtney Banghart, you want to keep these local kids home, right? You want to keep the talent in North Carolina in your gym, and she's done a great job doing that.
Final seconds of the first quarter. Adams looking for Paris. Ustby open for three. Flat off the rim, and that's how the first quarter will end. North Carolina with a 3-point lead over the red-hot Wofford Terriers, 24-21 after one quarter.
Team just continues to improve under her tutelage. Another great recruiting class coming to Chapel Hill next season. 20-1 in non-conference games at home. But this Wofford team, and we've talked about them offensively, but defensively, they're forcing Carolina into really difficult contested shots. What's keeping Carolina right now with this lead is their 11 offensive rebounds, which equated to 10 second chance points.
Key with the rebound, can push it. It's knocked away. She'll go and get it back. Key, you saw her dribbling with her right hand, shoots with her left hand. Great length as well. As you mentioned, missed the first two games. Here's Ustby open and in. Ustby now with 7 points, and she 3 for 7 from the field. Kennedy Todd-Williams back out there with Key, Ustby, Kelly, and Paris. Right now in there for Courtney Banghart.
Wofford does a really nice job moving the basketball, distributing the basketball, and another 3-point from Lily Hatton, 6'1" senior. She averages 11.5 a game. Almost everybody on this Wofford roster shoots the 3.
5 for 8. Yesterday at practices, Kelly hits the 2. You heard Courtney Banghart and all of the coaches saying be ready for 30 to 35 threes from this Wofford team.
How about Deja Kelly with that beautiful pull-up? She did not have a whole lot of room. She's just deadly with the pull-up jump shot.
Her first bucket of the game. Kelly can get hot. Speaking of hot, once again, number 30, Jackie Carmen. Carmen came into this game. She's got the most wins ever as a Wofford basketball player with 64. And she was just 20 and change away from 1,000 career points as a member of this Wofford team.
This is great defense by Wofford. A double down in the post on Ustby, then the dig by Jackie Carmen. They come up with the turnover, but then they turn it right back over. They have to capitalize, and they can force turnovers. They got to convert on the other end. Ustby.
And Ustby looked like she leaned in with the shoulder, but gets the call. So Ustby will go to the line.
Ustby again going coast to coast. She loves to go to that right hand. Hard for us to tell from here. It did look like a little push from when we first saw it, but again, Ustby gets herself to the free throw line. And if she does have an Achilles heel, this is it. She's not a great free throw shooter.
She's got 3 double-doubles already this season, and she's going for her 10th point. She had 8 rebounds before the 5-minute mark of the first quarter.
I mean, just an amazing motor. And this is the kind of player that Coach Courtney Banghart and her staff love to recruit. High character, high energy, great work ethic, great team players. And Ustby, certainly, her energy and motor are incredible. She is an amazing competitor. Carolina right now with the 30-24 lead over the upstart Wofford Terriers, who come in here on a 7-game winning streak. Driving the length of the court. And we see India Clark. She's obviously moving when Ustby hits her. Feet are outside the restricted area. Ustby's able to convert and finish. The official calls block. Sends Ustby to the free throw line. But at the break, they took an extra look at this. Went over and talked to both coaches. And the officials have overturned the call and are calling a charge on Ustby. She leaned in with that shoulder, Dean. You mentioned it before the break, and she kind of pushed off a little bit, and the other official clearly caught it, brought it back, and reversed the call.
There you go. Good use of the video review, and unfortunately, Ustby still sitting on 9. Let's take one more look. She'll lead with that left shoulder here, Debbie.
Yeah, she just pretty much dislodges her defender, leans in with the shoulder. It's the second time she's done that. She got away with it the first time. This time they called her on it, and we're going the other way.
The call was reversed. It was an offensive foul on number 1, Alyssa Ustby.
Let's go down to Marilyn Payne, who has more on Coach Garrity's message after the call was overturned.
When Jiminy Garrity was told the call was overturned, he looked at his team and he said, this is exactly what we expected here. We're not going to give them anything, but they're not going to give it to us either. We've got to keep fighting.
And that's exactly what they've been doing. I mean, they've come in here. It doesn't matter who they're playing. They don't care that North Carolina's ranked 8th in the country. They see this as an opportunity to beat a ranked opponent. They are here to play. The 2-point game.
Courtney Banghart, to her credit, yesterday in practice, said that this is not a gimme. By no way did she think that they were going to. She said they could even lose this game. That's how good Wofford is. Mad respect. And a turnover there for Wofford as Dre Smith, the junior out of Piedmont, South Carolina.
I think for Courtney, she really wanted her team to play with purpose today defensively on every possession. And as we said, Dean, it's exam time. They're coming out of exams. It's a rough period, but I think Courtney really wanted her team to focus against a very tough opponent today.
Hodgson made her first 3 and makes another one. So Hodgson, a perfect 3 for 3, and she's got 9 points to lead the Tar Heels.
She's like, give me the basketball. That ball hasn't been in her hands for a while. Give it to her.
Rose, good defense by Kelly. Really improved defensively.
So Wofford just opens the backside and tries to attack the paint. Nice job by Ustby, not giving her anything. Long range shot.
Good job by Kennedy Todd-Williams. Hand in the face there. Hodgson will dish it to Kelly, and Kelly took an extra step again. That's twice now she's been called for traveling.
Just went a little bit too quick on that when she had it and she wanted to take it to the hole. One of the other things about the Terriers that I think is so impressive statistically is their ability to take care of the basketball. They're 11.4 turnovers, is 7th fewest in the NCAA. So not only are they efficient scoring the basketball, they're efficient taking care of the ball. And another straight line drive down the middle, and that is the hardest spot to defend. The middle of the floor, there's no help. Rose recognizes that and gets to the rim and scores.
It's 9 for Rose. Kennedy Todd-Williams from 3, and Kennedy Todd-Williams now sitting on 5.
She's going to come alive. She's such a deadly scorer, such a versatile scorer. A big needed bucket by Carolina.
Rose forces that one. They'll say it was off of Kelly, but Kelly's going to sit down.
You see what the Terriers are trying to do, like Rose right down the middle, beats her defender, hangs for a little bit. Hodgson passes by and lays it in.
Off the front of the rim, rebound for Adams. Adams already now with 4 rebounds. Just a motor that is nonstop, number 20. So versatile, as I mentioned, can guard anybody on the court. Kennedy Todd-Williams creates her own space, in and out. Ustby with the tip in, and Ustby's got 9.
Right place at the right time. Ustby with another offensive rebound, and that second shot opportunity just continuing to increase this Carolina lead. That shot way off by Lily Hatton.
9 points, 9 rebounds for Ustby. Up and in for North Carolina.
That's what Carolina needs to do right now. Play a little bit of inside out. The ball goes into Anya Poole. She draws double coverage, sometimes triple, and kicks it out to an open teammate for that drive to the basket. Nice offense. A switch on the ball screen. Nice back cut. Beautiful read. This Terrier team does a great job reading defense.
Hodgson. Ustby thought about the 3. Back to Hodgson. There's Poole underneath.
That's where Carolina really has the advantage.
We've seen some amazing fans across the ACC, and now we need your help. This winter, ACC Network wants to experience each sport from your perspective. So snap a pic or take a video, take it with hashtag #AllTheDevotion. That's hashtag #AllTheDevotion, and post it to your social. You just might see it on ACCN. Hodgson, Ustby sets her feet in front of the rim. Hodgson with the rebound. So strong. And Kennedy Todd-Williams with the 3. Give Hodgson and that muscle credit.
13 offensive rebounds, and that one, another one, incredibly costly. You're giving Carolina second shot opportunities, and when they convert on them, they continue to widen this lead. And now, which was a 2-point game, has become a 13-point game because of the work on the offensive glass. And the Terriers have kind of gone into a scoring drought.
A 10-0 run, and North Carolina trying to add to it. Up 13. Ustby, great little move. Uses the rim to protect the shot. And North Carolina on a 12-0 run. They lead at 43-28. Alyssa Ustby, 1 rebound away from her 4th double-double of the season. Tar Heels rolling here in Chapel Hill to go for North Carolina on a 12-0 run.
You knew you couldn't hold them back too long, and it's been neck and neck the whole way, but Carolina has taken 14 offensive rebounds and turned it into 15 points, a 15-2 run over the last 3 minutes. And this game that was almost tied 3 minutes ago is now opened wide up.
Well, and you'd mentioned it earlier, Debbie, because of the effort on the boards, North Carolina has 13 more shots than the Terriers.
That's been the difference in the game. I mean, the Terriers impressively have kind of matched Carolina with defensive intensity and knocking shots down on the offensive end, but Carolina is now using its post presence to get that ball inside, see inside out looks, and to crash the boards, and those second shots have just been deadly for the Terriers.
Both teams shooting well from 3. North Carolina 6 for 13, 46%. Meanwhile, Wofford 5 for 11, 45.5%.
You can't give the 8th-ranked team in the country that many additional opportunities to score. You've got to make it one and done, but it's tough to do against this pretty athletic Carolina team. There's a reason why they're ranked number 8.
Adams stays out there as Poole comes back in. Look at Adams, as I mentioned, can guard anybody, but wide open. I'll tell you what, they can truly shoot it as Helen Matthews, the sophomore from New Zealand, nails a 3.
Adams' versatility, though, and her ability to defend 1 through 5 is a real benefit to this Carolina squad. She can switch on ball screens.
And Todd-Williams with a nice little pump fake up and under. She'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Carolina has such balanced scoring with 4 players averaging double digits. Kennedy Todd-Williams, you can see the great footwork here. She averages over 14 points in a game. She faces up, shot fake, up and under, and draws the foul and finishes the first one.
Twice this year, Kennedy Todd-Williams has scored 20. That's her career high. The superstar out of Jacksonville High School in Jacksonville, North Carolina.
That's what's fun about this Carolina team. On any night, it can be anybody. 4 juniors in the starting lineup again, the same 4 that were in the starting lineup last season, and Eva Hodgson filling that vacant role, the graduate student. They've got experience, they've got size, they've got athleticism, they've got shooters, and they've got great leadership, and that's such a key to going far in the tournament.
Lead is 14. 14-3 in the last 3 minutes here for North Carolina. The difference. Good defense by Ustby. Great defense.
Great job, and that's what you want, a contested outside shot. And Ustby turns around and runs the court, plays defense, and then she's the first one down the floor. A little bit long on that pass, but it's going to stay with the Tar Heels.
Kennedy Todd-Williams trying a little bit of a no-look pass. It'll stay with North Carolina.
Last touch by the Terriers.
Ustby, Todd-Williams, Hodgson, Adams, and Poole out there for Courtney Banghart.
Carolina trying to look at that high-low pass, a deflection and a steal by the Terriers. They read that one.
Closing out on the 3 was Adams, did enough to disrupt the flow of Carmen, and now Kennedy Todd-Williams with the rebound. Hodgson.
Sometimes the problem with those quick shots by the Terriers is that there are no rebounders to get second shot opportunities, and Carolina's been able to capitalize. Great rebound there by Rose, and here she comes.
Poole had made that 18-footer earlier, just missed that one. Tremendous work defensively by Ustby. Adams does enough to disrupt that shot. Courtney Banghart talks a lot about being disruptive as well, and certainly Adams adds to that. Here's Hodgson.
Terriers do a really great job spreading the floor, making you defend one-on-one. Kennedy Todd-Williams is coming alive.
3 for 4 from deep for Kennedy Todd-Williams.
Second Tar Heel in double digits today. She's got 15 now.
She is 5 away from her career high of 20, set twice this year. Several times she was at 19 last year. At one point, she was so close to becoming the first Tar Heel ever to score a triple-double and another 3 for Wofford. Those threes will keep Wofford hanging around.
That's Annabelle Schultz, the junior from Asheville, North Carolina. Wofford now 7 of 14 from behind the arc on the game.
Extra effort from Ustby, but out of bounds as Key, Kelly, and Paris will come in. Out will go Poole, Ustby, and Adams. Zelaya and Chitenge not in yet. The lead is 14 as we are approaching the final minute. We're at 1:15 here left in the first half. Rose this time goes to her left. Tremendous defense by Eva Hodgson. Kelly's going to push it. Kelly, really good going to her left. Has that left leaner. Hodgson wide open. You cannot do that. She will make you pay. Hodgson from deep. Perfect.
How about that unselfishness by Kennedy Todd-Williams? The one more pass for the easy shot for Hodgson, who spotted up ready to shoot behind the 3. She has not missed today, and she comes up with the steal. She said, my family's in the house. I'm going to put on a little bit of a show.
Yeah, a lot of family, and she is putting on a show. Key misses. Good rebound. Now the push here from Wofford.
Nice box out by Schultz there.
Rose steps back from 3. Enough pressure again from Hodgson. Complete performance from number 10, and they put the one finger up. You see Hodgson, one shot as they'll hold it here. 10 seconds remaining. Now 8. Kelly's open. She's going to go ahead and shoot it and misses it. Hodgson again. Hodgson. Oh, I thought she was going to get one more off. What a great half from Hodgson on 12 points. Kennedy Todd-Williams on 15, and it's 51-34 North Carolina, including 3 for 3 from Three-Land, has 12 to lead North Carolina. North Carolina shooting 46% in the first half. Wofford shooting 35%. The biggest difference, the offensive rebounds for Courtney Banghart's Tar Heels.
Right now, the rebounding differential is 20. That's a pretty big differential. 14 of those 30 rebounds for Carolina are offensive, equating to 15 points as we see the Terriers start off with a steal, an opportunity to open this with a bucket.
Schultz with the steal and the pass and the 3-pointer from Carmen, as Carmen 16 points to lead all players. You see the numbers for Kennedy Todd-Williams, Hodgson, and Ustby getting it done for North Carolina. Here's Ustby. Goes off and out of bounds. It'll stay with North Carolina.
Carolina with that scoring balance. 3 players in double digits in the first half. Retain possession of the ball here. Carolina did a great job adjusting and taking away those drives down the middle that the Terriers were able to get in the first quarter. Nice inside pass, assist, Hodgson, Anya Poole doing what she does best.
Poole set the screen, rolled off of it. Hodgson, couple dribbles and dropped it to Poole. Good finish, 53-37. Carmen with the hot hand. Hodgson forgot to box out, and Carmen will miss it. Ustby does get the rebound. Ustby now 11 rebounds, 11 points, her 4th double-double of the season, and the first miss for Hodgson. Another offensive rebound for Poole. Back over to Hodgson. This time, yes, Eva Hodgson with 15.
Can't give her another look. She misses the first one. She's going to make the second one. It's just like Coach Garrity said at the half. They are going to have to put a body on, be more physical, and push back and create some space between the rim and Carolina. Carolina continuing to own the offensive glass.
Full hand in the face, but not enough to slow down a Wofford bucket there by Hatton.
Nice footwork, reverse pivot there by Hatton. She's a senior, 6'1". Love Ustby in that high post area. Great defense, little double team, taking the dribble away. There's the foul, little late whistle there, Dean.
Personal foul is number 1, Alyssa Ustby. Her second. First team foul of the third quarter. Terrier basketball on bound on the side.
Hodgson misses the first one. Poole picks it up, kicks it back out. Hodgson hits the second one. Terrier ball. Nice back cut. What do you do on the overplay? Great read. This Terrier team reads defense so well. Jackie Carmen just having a game for her team. Beautiful read. Nice pass. Easy bucket.
991 career points. Carmen may get to 1,000 in this game. Ustby another offensive rebound. Then uses her body up and in as Ustby's now has 13.
And Helen Matthews had great position right there. And what did she do? She jumped. She jumped against a much taller player in Ustby, and Ustby just went right over her head and pulled the rebounds. Way too easy. Make contact.
Spinning into Kennedy Todd-Williams. They'll call the foul on Kennedy Todd-Williams. She had her hands in the air, but perhaps the hands came down. That's the third foul on KTW.
Sends Lily Hatton to the line. She is an 88% free throw shooter. Said Wofford shoots 74% as a team. It's a nice luxury to have for coaching staff.
Hatton misses the first. She's sitting on 7 points. Right, 88%, but has only been to the line. This will be her 18th overall free throw. She does make the second nice and clean. 58-42. I'll tell you what, if you know William and Mary, and I know you do, when you think about Eva Hodgson, she could really light it up there, scored a lot of points there.
And she led the conference in scoring as a sophomore. I mean, just an amazing talent. Finished her degree at William and Mary. I think it was in data analytics, and then came to Carolina, and she really is the glue of this team. Her leadership. She's not the most athletic kid, but man, she plays tough and hard and has propelled this team to this number 8 ranking. Another 3 for Carolina.
Kennedy Todd-Williams, 4 for 6. One part of her game that she worked all off season on with Deja Kelly yesterday at practice, she also put up 100 threes. This was before they went in for film and before their official practice. KTW and Deja Kelly together. Good drive down the middle there for Wofford. They needed that.
Nice job turning the corner. We haven't seen them get down the middle too much since the first quarter. Carolina's done a nice job taking away the straight line drives, not being able to force help.
That's a clean shot from Kelly. She's got 5.
She's so smooth. She makes it look so easy, doesn't she?
She really does.
It is incredible, though, this Carolina team on any given night, any one of them, as you see Kennedy Todd-Williams today, step up and can really put on a scoring show. And they just balance each other out. Doesn't have to be the same player all the time. So much versatility in their scoring, so many weapons in the arsenal.
Kennedy Todd-Williams has done a really good job keeping an eye on Rose. Rose at 9 points. And there's Kennedy Todd-Williams with the rip. Kennedy Todd-Williams has Ustby. Passes it. Tough pass to Ustby. Bounce pass may have been better. Kennedy Todd-Williams gets it back. Hodgson's open. Good extra pass. Pull down the lane. Up and in.
And that was all creative because Ustby realized that pass was thrown too far, so she volleyballed it. She tipped it back in bounds and created that score. Great job, and a block by Ustby. You see this cross-court pass, unselfish play by Hodgson. Nice delivery to Poole, sharing the ball. Carolina having some fun right now, and they've got 18-point lead, and time for Wofford to answer back. But
not Mark Hodgson. I mean, she's wide open and 5 for 6 from threes.
Oh my goodness, she is feeling it. She finds herself wide open in transition. You've got to match up in transition, especially with her. These Terriers have two players in Rose and Carmen who play almost every minute of the game. And by this point in the game, they've got to be getting a little bit tired. And Ustby right there knows she's got a mismatch down low against Matthews. She gets great position in transition and gets the easy bucket. And Carolina's coming alive right here.
That's the 7th assist for Hodgson, who has found Ustby several times. While she's not scoring her 18 points, she also has a lot of helpers with 7 helpers. Kelly denied. Poole. Well, I'll tell you what, Annabelle Schultz has been really active defensively here in the second half. Kennedy Todd-Williams and Eva Hodgson both at 18 points apiece. A big lead for North Carolina over Wofford.
Behind the arc today, 4 for 6 from long range, 18 points, and the Tar Heels are 11 for 22, 50% from behind the arc. But you look at Kennedy Todd-Williams and how she's continued to improve her game under the tutelage of Courtney Banghart and this Carolina staff. Player development, she's shooting 44% from behind the arc, averaging 4.5 3-pointers a game. Wow.
Yeah, she's talked a lot about the extra work she put on shooting thousands and thousands of 3-pointers. It makes a difference.
It's that will to get better and the coaching staff to help you. I mean, she gets in the gym, she gets the shots up. You can just see it reflected in her game.
Deja Kelly with the air ball. Rebound by Key, another offensive rebound. Deja Kelly a little bit closer. Tough shooting day for Deja Kelly, 2 for 12 on the day.
You know, but even as Kelly has her shooting woes, look at the rest of her team. I mean, she's still doing everything she needs to do. She defends at an incredibly high level. She distributes the ball. She sets great screens. She runs the offense. And right now, 3 teammates in double digits. They don't need her scoring today. They just need her to continue to do the things she does well. The scoring will come.
Offensive moving screen called against Wofford. It'll come back to North Carolina, who right now sees Kennedy Todd-Williams and Hodgson each with 18 points.
This is a team who went out to the West Coast for the Phil Knight Invitational, down at the half in 2 games, and fought their way back in both to get victories, win it all. Deja Kelly, MVP of the tournament. Hodgson there for the offensive rebound. Gonna get a foul on the floor by Smith.
So Hodgson with 2 rebounds, 6 assists, and 18 points. North Carolina will inbounds through Hodgson. A lot of times they like to get it back to her off the inbounds play.
Nice job by Sydney right there. That's knowing the scout and knowing the inbounds plays.
Exactly what I was going to say. Well done, Coach. Great to be with Debbie Taylor. I mentioned William and Mary. Great run as the head coach at William and Mary. And also great to be here with Marilyn Payne. Another 3, this one off the back rim. Kelly will push it. Kelly's got Key running the lane like a gazelle right down the middle. Kelly will use that space up and in. Boy, Key took a couple players with her and Kelly took advantage.
Oh, downfield blocking there, and Kelly saw the seam and she went right to the basket, coast to coast. The Terriers are really unlike in the first quarter where they were knocking down shots, getting a little tired and struggling from behind the arc right now. A little shot fake sidestep, but well defended by Destiny Adams on the perimeter.
Another 3, and you're right, a little bit tired. Kennedy Todd-Williams, oh, she forgot the basketball. Now she's got it. Kennedy Todd-Williams looking for her 3rd 20-point game of the season. She's got it. 1 more point, it'll be a new career high as she ties her career high, set twice this year already, now 3 times with 20.
You don't see her change the expression on her face a whole lot, but that one came with a big smile.
Adams, Key, and Kennedy Todd-Williams all crashed the boards. Now Adams thinking about coast to coast.
Nothing's falling right now. 11-0 run for the Tar Heels over the last 3 minutes. Every shot the Terriers are taking her from behind the arc. They're all a little bit short.
Yeah, you mentioned it, Debbie, this 11-0 run. They had a run like that in the second quarter as well. Here's Hodgson. Look at her use her body, protect the ball, and she'll get the foul. Eva Hodgson knew that the Terrier defender was on her left shoulder.
13th foul.
Well, the mistakes that the Terriers weren't making in the first half, they're now having live ball turnovers, which you can't have against Carolina. And Hodgson just takes that thing and takes it right to the rim and draws the foul. And this gap starting to widen a little bit as we push a 30-point differential, 29 points right now. I'm so good at math. This is a game that was neck and neck for most of the first quarter and a half.
Courtney Banghart going a little deeper to her bench now as number 0. Alexandra Zelaya will come in. Zelaya, part of that great junior class from Goodyear, Arizona. Tallest player on the team, and you mentioned having a little bit more depth in the post. If Zelaya can continue to improve, that'll help them when they get into ACC play.
Without a doubt.
Good little stepping up and under there by Wofford. Nice finish by Abby Crawford, the junior out of Tennessee. And then back-to-back buckets off the steal there as Smith was right there. Good effort here from the Terriers.
I don't think Tiani Key saw her coming. That's a travel right there, double dribble.
Now entering the game for the Tar Heels number 3, Kennedy Todd-Williams.
Way to be alert right here. Key does not even see Smith coming. She gets right there, steals it, and lays it high off the glass over Key. Back-to-back buckets for the first time in a while by the Terriers.
So Sly out there with Paris, Kennedy Todd-Williams, Key, and Adams. 78-51. Just over 1 minute remaining in the third. And Adams. Jump ball. So strong, number 20.
Credit the Tar Heel defense. I mean, they've been stifling in this third quarter, just taking away everything. Just aggressive right there by Adams.
It is hard not to love the game of Destiny Adams. Her ability, as you've talked about already, Debbie, to mark 1 through 5. Her strength, we just saw her go coast to coast, dribbling the basketball. And you feel like she's just getting going. Offensive rebound here. And there's Adams with a swat from behind.
Tar Heels go into a little bit of a 2-3 zone look of their own, and that just kind of makes rebounding responsibility a little bit harder because you don't have responsibility for a player, you have responsibility for an area. Wofford able to sneak into the middle, pull the offensive rebound. Another up and under. Just every shot seems to be short right now for the Terriers.
Well, and every shot a hand in their face as well, which is a staple of this Courtney Banghart team. That one was challenged by Kennedy Todd-Williams, having herself quite the game. 20 points on 6 of 11 shooting, 4 for 7 from 3. I thought she was in heat check mode right there. She was dribbling with it. Zelaya with 5 players on her, scores. All 5 black jerseys around her, and she scores.
Great job, Alexandra Zelaya.
You talk about a positive attitude. Doesn't get a ton of minutes, but always positive. Every game on the bench, every practice as well. A 3 there from Wofford, hit by Parrish, the freshman from Georgia, as the third quarter comes to the end. But North Carolina going deep, and they've got a big lead, 80-54 over Wofford. Need for cancer research. This is game-changing research that helps save lives. You can join the fight against cancer by visiting v.org/donate. 100% of your donation goes directly to cancer research. Fourth quarter getting ready to start. Alongside Marilyn Payne, Debbie Taylor, I'm Dean Linke. North Carolina with an 80-54 lead, trying to end a 7-game win streak from Wofford. As Zelaya from 3, she made that basket with 5 black jerseys around her and just missed from 3.
Carolina with a bigger lineup on the floor right now. Johnny Key, 6'4", redshirt freshman. Zelaya, 6'4", the junior. Nice take down the middle by Helen Matthews, the junior from New Zealand. Wofford loves to just open the backside and drive that ball down the middle, try to force help. And if you don't help, they're going to the rim. And if you do, they're going to kick it out for a 3.
And try to find Key. Key staying with it. Be another jump ball. This one will come back to Wofford.
with this 24-point lead right now, a good opportunity for Coach Banghart to give some of her players who may not get as many minutes some valuable playing time as we're getting close to heading into conference play.
Carmen back out there with 18 points. Another three. This one missing. It's the 25th three of the game. Courtney Banghart saying she's expecting at least 33s. They're only 5 away.
They average 25 a game, the Terriers.
Great move by Key. That soft left hand up and in, the and one.
You can see just the glimmers of brilliance for the redshirt freshman. Great position against a much smaller Helen Matthews in the paint, able to finish that. We said she tore her ACL last season. And she was a #9 recruit in her class. We know how good she is and is going to be as she continues to grow her game. She had 3 blocks against Iowa State that win out on the West Coast. Only played 14 minutes. 3 of her team's 10 blocks, and not only can she score, but she's really solid on the defensive end and only going to get better.
83-56. Harris out there with Adams, Key, Zelaya, Kennedy, Todd-Williams, the only starter. Carmen's 3 contested, rebound by Key. They'll push it to Adams. Adams not afraid to go the distance. Little move, nice roll, what a touch. Adams has 8. 85-56. Cross-court pass. Carmen fakes. Key contests the 3. That length of Key really makes it difficult.
I mean, Carolina is just so long in almost every position, makes them so effective on the defensive end and on the glass, and the scoring barrage by the Tar Heels continues.
Paulina Paris making the 3. I looked over at Courtney Banghart, and she pumped her fist at number 2 as those two sat together quite a bit at practice yesterday. Paris trying to figure things out. You know, it's interesting. My son is on the practice squad, and he talked to Paris, said, look, Paulina, a lot of your shots are with 1 second remaining on the shot clock. Don't get too down on yourself as far as your shooting percentage, because sometimes you got to force shots when you're shooting late in the shot clock.
Well, and she's their only freshman, and she's a great player. What a great no-look by Kennedy Todd-Williams. She's just going to continue to improve. And, you know, she's getting schooled every day by players who are been here for a long time or are some of the top recruits in the country. So what great teammates to practice against. And she'll just grow and improve and is ready to go when her number's called.
29 three-pointer for Wofford, not on target. That one kicked by Carmen. As you take a look at Paris with that 3 points in 11 minutes. Oh, what a move by Adams. Wow. Just a tremendous move. Destiny Adams, big fan of the way she plays basketball, Debbie.
Just a little step away and an easy bucket. Terriers look tired. The defense is just not as sharp. The shots are short. Man, this was a 3-point game in the first quarter, and then Carolina just really turned it on. You see, step away, back cut. Beautiful job. Easy bucket.
(90-56). Kennedy Todd-Williams with the steal. Great pass. Oh, just a little bit too far out in front of Adams. North Carolina opened the season with 91 against Jackson State. They had 93 against South Carolina State. They also had 85 against Oregon. They're sitting at 90, and we got a lot of basketball left here. 6 minutes and change.
Todd-Williams has 2 steals, 3 assists, and 9 rebounds to go along with those 20 points.
Adams all by herself, and great job defensively there by Hatton.
You just want to see the Terriers finish on a high note here. I mean, they came in, they played so well. first 15 minutes of this game, and we talked about them. 7-game winning streak, best open in school history. Good execution on the inbounds there. There's Paris with the offensive board and the finish, and one. She's got that New York toughness that they love down here in Chapel Hill. She's going to be a really good one. Extra effort on the glass, turn the corner, jump stop, power up, score, and one.
From Conyers, New York. As you mentioned, the only newcomer. Her father played basketball in Puerto Rico professionally. She's a big Kevin Durant fan. 93-56. As the 93 matches their season high output earlier against South Carolina State.
Tar Heels working that 2-3 zone a little bit. It's a good time when you've got this much of a lead to work on your different defenses. It's always nice to practice them against someone else other than yourself.
There's Key. This is what I love too. Watch her bring the basketball up the court. So long. Ustby turns wide open, and Ustby now with 17 points to go with her 12 rebounds, 4 double-doubles on the season, 9 offensive rebounds for number 1, Alyssa Ustby.
She wanted to pass it. She turned, she looked for a teammate, no one was there, so she turned and shot. There's an answer from the Terriers. Abby Crawford, number 40, the junior.
Sitting on a season-high 95. Luch Tenge will get a chance to come in as North Carolina, impressive here from the second quarter on, lead Wofford 95-58. Starts to get real.
Well, and that's why these games right now are so important, to make sure you're executing with precision, know your defensive schemes, getting things done, and that's why Coach Banghart just wants them to be really solid on the defensive end, because it just gets harder from this point on as they play a very tough Michigan team before rolling into ACC play.
Let's go down to Marilyn Payne.
Courtney Banghart's not just looking for more defensively. She's very pleased with how North Carolina is winning offensively. She said, we're moving it well. We're sharing the ball well. Continue to move it. Continue to share it. We're doing really, really good. The emphasis for the Tar Heels coming into this game and Wednesday ahead of that tough stretch that you mentioned, Debbie, was being able to build possession after possession throughout this offense.
Zelaya falling down and makes it everything going right as North Carolina 3 away from the century mark, 97-58.
It's like a little acrobatic kind of Cirque du Soleil move down there Zelaya's got going on.
As I mentioned, she has just had a great attitude. Paris trying with the leaners. Zelaya got a little touch on it. The outlet pass to Rose. Rose. Oh, and a block from Ustby. Wow, they have done an amazing job keeping an eye on Rose, and then the turnover the other side. Rose is still down. Now she'll get up.
We talked about Rose in the open, and she's been held to 12 points in this one. You can just see the tremendous defense and athleticism here. Ustby comes down, times it perfect. And she just gets a little bump there from Destiny Adams. She's a tough kid, though. She bounces right back up. Take a look at Coach Garrity. He's just done a fantastic job with his team. They're going to do, I think, incredibly well in the SoCon this season.
Yeah, we mentioned how much he loves being at Wofford, but also the fact that he grew up in the Triangle. 7 brothers and sisters. He expected them all to be here. They all were bringing children's books for today, as we talked about earlier.
Well, and how about this, Dean? Carolina has been out-rebounded, surprisingly, right? In its last 5 games, you see the turnover. Today, the rebounding differential, 55 rebounds for Carolina to 22 for Wofford. As you see another acrobatic shot in transition by the Tar Heels.
That was Paris. And a deep 3 to answer. The wonderful move from Paris. That finish there from Sophie Smith, the freshman.
And Wofford has 11 threes of their own. Carolina with 12 threes, shooting 43% from behind the arc, 23 from long range in total in this game.
Young into the game, working her way back from that left knee injury you see with the brace.
Good to see Ariel Young out there, though. Her mom was a member of the 1992 Olympic women's basketball team. That's pretty cool.
Her dad's a prominent coach as well.
She's got some big shoes to fill, huh? No pressure.
Does, yeah, and working her way back from that injury. Don't forget Kayla McPherson, the redshirt freshman that Courtney Banghart over the top praise on. If she can come back, what an addition that'll be this season.
And I don't know if that's going to happen, but we have Deja Kelly trying to use that high ball screen.
Young. And a charge called on Young.
It's good to see Young out there, though. She'll build game by game, practice by practice. It's tough to come back from a knee injury. It's tough physically. It's tough psychologically. She's a great player. I mean, they're just this added depth to this already strong Tar Heel bench. Sitting on 99, Dean.
Yep. At the Dean Dome, they'd be calling for biscuits. Deja Kelly back out there, sitting on 9 points. One more basket to get in double figures. Another three, as that is 33 threes. Paris looked like she was trying to find Young and probably should have just attacked it. Was really looking to find a basket for Young. Completely unselfish there.
You know, and I like that to a degree. I mean, she really wanted Young coming back, getting back into the game, trying to get her an assist. And just speaks to the unselfish nature of this Tar Heel club.
Zelaya back over to Paris. Paris will shoot it this time. In and out from three. And Malou Chitenge over the back.
Over the back is called number 21, Malou Chitenge. First.
Great crew led by Tanner Phipps, our producer, Nick Forbes, Ryan Schmidt, Logan Siege, Mia Guthrie, Dylan Field, Alexander DeRose, Evan Badler, Emily Jenkins, Brian Ware, Ryan Givens, Colin Tadlock, Ryan Moeller, Daniel Masterson, and also learning from one of the best, Marilyn Payne, as that shot goes, the bank is open on Sunday. We welcome Wesley Rowell and Kyla McGee. Can't get it done without those great people right there, Debbie.
Yeah, there's a great crew here at Carolina. So much fun to work with, night in and night out, getting it done. Great broadcasts.
Zelaya, and down low. Called a foul. Malou Chitenge. Good to see Chitenge get some minutes. Boy, a couple years ago, she played a ton. And then they had that great class now in their third year. But you talk about somebody who is just an unbelievable student. I mean, a leader on campus, Chitenge, and a great teammate. Here's Young.
She's the only player that's been with Coach Banghart since her arrival in Chapel Hill every step of the way. And it looks like that 100-point not going to happen today.
Boy, I thought
Carolina.
that was a guarantee, Debbie.
So close. That's all right. What a great effort on both the offensive and defensive end by the Tar Heels against a very tough Wofford program.
Young with the rebound. And quick thought, North Carolina 99-67, ending a 7-game win streak for Wofford in impressive fashion.
And with balanced scoring, with a total team effort like they do at best on both the offensive and the defensive end. Credit the Wofford Terriers for coming in here, play against the 8th-ranked team in the country. They're going to have a great season, but Carolina, again, coming out on top.
North